Hey guys, welcome back to my kitchen. I first off want to wish all of you a happy new year and also take a moment just to tell you guys how much I really do appreciate all my subscribers. As of filming today, I have about 395 subscribers, and I really do appreciate each and every one of you. I'm a small channel, so I'm not sponsored by anybody. I don't make any money doing these videos. I do it for the love of cooking and sharing that with all of you. So again, I appreciate you spending your time with me here at I Want to Try That. Now, I also want to do something a little bit different today. I'm going to expand the channel just a little bit more beyond the cooking and cocktail tutorials that will still be happening. No worries on that. But I do want to start introducing some like kitchen gadget product review type tutorials, as well as perhaps travel and restaurant reviews. So coming in the near future, hopefully COVID doesn't screw that up. So today we're going to be cooking using a Himalayan salt rock grill. Now I got one recently for Christmas from my brother and sister-in-law. I think it's really neat. It's cool. I don't know anybody who has one. I don't even know. Well, I didn't know how to use it. I haven't used this one, but I did do a little bit of research just to make sure I knew how to properly heat it up and where I can use it, whether it be on the stove, in the oven, on the grill, which this is, let me show you, because I have a tight shot right now, but it's a thick slab of Himalayan salt. I gotta put it back in the stand without breaking my fingers. Okay. Yeah, so I had to just look up how to properly heat it up and where you can use it. And pretty much it's really great for your stovetop and even the barbecue or your grill. You can use it in your oven. This thing gets up to 700 degrees, so it's not a issue of it not being oven safe as far as temperature, but the thing with putting it in the oven is that's like the least recommended way of using your salt rock grill, because you need to slowly heat up the salt rock grill very, very slowly, and you really can't control that in the oven. Even though it takes a long time for most ovens to preheat, it's still climbing in temperatures way faster then you should be heating your grill up. So if you plan on using it in your oven, they recommend that you heat it up almost fully on your stove and then transfer it to the oven, and then it should be fine. But I'm thinking in that case, why bother? Just cook it on the stove. So enough talking. Let's get cooking. Okay, so here's my salt rock grill. Now, I will say this, I already have one con that is very apparent, evident right from the start, and that is they take a really long time to come up to a proper temperature to be able to cook with them. And that is because you have to slowly bring them up to temperature, otherwise they can just crack in half. Now, they will get little teeny like hairline cracks in it when you use it, especially the first time. That's what I've read. But it's just like little surface cracks. If you heat up your grill way too fast, it will literally just break, like crack in half or crack into chunks, and then you could just toss it away. It's a waste. So what you need to do is in 15-minute increments, slowly increase the heat on your grill to get it up to temperature. So start at low to medium high. But that's the first evident con that I can see with it. So let's see. Let's get this on the stove and start heating it up. Take it out of the holder. I'm just gonna move that to the side, and I'm gonna place it directly, without pinching my fingers hopefully, right on top of my grate. Let's get started, fingers crossed. Can't see it, but I have it on a low heat. And I'm gonna give this 15 minutes. Okay, so 15 minutes has gone by, so crank this up to about medium low, so just a little bit more, and let that go another 15 minutes. Okay, another 15 minutes has passed, so now I'm gonna crank this up to medium, and another 15 minutes. Now we're gonna go to medium high, and let that go another 15 minutes, and I don't know if you can see, it's really turned very white now, so yay, can't wait to cook on it. Okay, so here we are, guys. We are up to about medium high with our grill. I don't have an infrared thermometer to check the actual temperature, which should be at least 500 degrees to be able to cook on it. But they say if you splash water on it and it spits and sizzles and dries up right away, it's ready to cook on. So let's try it. Okay, I think we're good to go. So we're gonna start with, I have my vegetable, which is sliced portobello mushroom and some onions that I did season with salt and pepper. And I did put a little bit of olive oil on it. Let's see, let's just pour it on here. Okay, so one other thing that I read was you shouldn't really use plastic utensils. Metal is best. I'm actually using wood because I don't have a metal spatula. I'm using my whatever I have to cook these vegetables. So I'm going to spread this out a little, and I could already see another con is you have to be careful because you're not cooking in a pan and there's no edge, there's no side, that the food could just fall right off. Ooh, is it actually burning? Do I need to add some oil? Let's, whoop, see, and there goes my first casualty. Oh boy. All right, hey, this is a learning process. It is cooking. I'm just wondering if I should add, well, now the moisture, whoop, get over here, you. Oh man. Okay, so I do have a few pieces of mushroom and onion that have jumped ship. But I'm gonna let this go for a minute and I'll check back with you when I feel that it's sauteed enough. Okay, so I'm liking what I'm seeing as far as my vegetable. I will say this, I'm getting those wonderful smells that you get from like a hibachi grill. That's what I'm smelling. The downside is I've had to rescue several mushroom. Get this off a little at a time using my spatula and wok spoon. I just want to get a little oil on this because let's go. So here I have some shrimp that I've just seasoned with some salt, lemon pepper, and a little bit of Old Bay's. Spread that out. Okay, so I'm just gonna turn these over. So the only thing that's like concerning right now is I'm wondering if how well the salt block is gonna clean. So that's my only concern is if this is actually gonna clean up. So we'll see. Okay, so I believe my shrimp are fully cooked, so we're gonna take those off. And then last but not least, I have a piece of Wagyu beef that I just want to get on here. I'm really paranoid about this burning. All right. And let's see how the steak turns out. Okay, I forgot to mention that I did brush oil on my steak, both sides, and season it with salt and pepper before I put it on the grill. Forgot to mention that, but I did that. Look at that. Okay, I think it's ready to turn. And this is looking delicious. So I'm gonna give it another minute or two. I'm gonna shut the heat off. And I'm gonna put this to the side to rest. I like my steak medium rare. So if you like yours medium to medium well, you're gonna wanna cook it a little bit longer. This was on for about 6 minutes. Okay, so here it is, the Wagyu steak, the shrimp, and the mushroom and onions that we cooked on our salt grill. I'm very excited. I have to say, I did cheat a little while I was cooking and taking stuff off. I did taste it. It really does taste good. It really does impart a unique flavor. The mushrooms, fabulous. The shrimp, it's like hibachi shrimp. It's got a little bit of a crust. Perfect. Now let's have some steak. Okay. Fabulous. So I will say this. It does impart flavor. So that is a pro. It does impart a flavor. It's hard to describe. It just like amps up the flavor of the food, if you will. And I think that's because of the minerals and everything that are in the salt that kind of seep in and cook into the food while you're cooking on the surface. So that's a pro. The only other pro I can think of, honestly, is it is like a great, unique gift to give somebody. It's like kind of like a fun idea. And if you have somebody in your family or a friend or neighbor or whatever, coworker, and you have to give a gift and they're a foodie, I really think they would get a kick out of it. Now, is it something that you're gonna utilize like on the daily or every time you grill? No, and I'll tell you why, because there's a couple of cons. The biggest, most obvious con is it takes forever to heat up. I mean, I could have cooked 3 meals, something like this, in the time it took me alone just to bring the Salt Rock Grill up to temperature. So that's the biggest, most obvious con. The other thing is it is very bulky, heavy. It has to be stored properly, so it needs to be completely dry, no moisture on it whatsoever. And they recommend you wrap it in a towel and keep it in a cool, dry place to avoid moisture getting to the salt rock, which is, or brings me to another con, which is cleaning it, right? So, and another con, you have to wait for that thing to cool down. Normally, when I do my tutorials and I have stuff on the stove, I clean everything up and I set it aside and then I do my finish. Or I move the pots and pans out of the way. But I can't touch that salt rock because it's on fire. I bet you if I put something on there, it still would sizzle a little. So don't even think about trying to clean that right away. Okay, so that's not, you know, oh, you're done with dinner, let's clean up and be done. That thing's gonna be sitting there for a while. And then the other thing is, I haven't been able to do it yet, but I can't imagine that's gonna be easy to clean. You can't submerge it in a lot of soapy water and let it sit and soak and scrub stuff off. It's more along the lines of like a cast iron pan where you have to surface clean. I'm just gonna say from experience that that's not gonna be really easy to clean. So, couple of huge cons versus the pro. So in my opinion, is it worth running out and getting a Himalayan salt rock grill or salt plate? Not in my opinion, not at all. But is it a fun idea and a great gift to give somebody and let them worry about it? Like cleaning it and, you know, heating it up and cooling it down? Sure, why not? So that's it, guys. This is solely my opinion. You guys might have a salt rock grill and love it, or know somebody who loves it, and that's absolutely fine. These are solely my opinions. I'm not paid by anyone. I just figured I'd let you know my experience with it. So I hope that helps you if you're deciding to pick one up. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Don't forget, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on anything. And as always, guys, until next time. Bye.